Hi friends, welcome to A to Z Learning channel. In this video, we will be analyzing the details of two IPOs that are opening next week. These two IPOs are Indian Railway Finance Corporation, IRFC, and Indigo Paints. If you are looking to invest in these IPOs, then this is an important video for you to get all the relevant information at one place, along with the assessment matrix that will help you decide whether to invest or avoid these IPOs. Without any further delay, we will commence our video. Let's discuss the company profile first. Let's start with IRFC, which was founded in 1986 with the objective of borrowing funds from the markets to finance the acquisition of assets to be leased to the Indian Railways. While the IRFC can raise funds from the domestic and international markets, it cannot advance it directly to the Indian Railways. It has to acquire assets and lease them to the railways. This is a risk-free business model since all the lease receivables from the Ministry of Railways are factored in the union budget. The lease rentals are also earmarked in the budget, assuring revenue to IRFC. Interesting fact about is that since 1986, IRFC has never had a non-performing asset in its books. A quick glance at the financial performance of IRFC over the last 5 years highlights that robust growth displayed by the company. Within 5 years, the total income of the company showed annual growth of 12.99%. The profit after tax grew at an annual rate of 33.95%. Also, IRFC's total assets grew at annual rate of 16.04%. These are phenomenal figures for an NBFC. While the long-term debt also increased at annual rate of 26.35%, it can be attributed to IRFC's business model. While it takes long-term debt, it has a lease agreement with the Railway Ministry that ensures the repayments of the debt. IRFC has a unique business model, and comparing it to any industry benchmark will not be possible and fair. However, its financial performance is indicative of its fundamental strength, making its IPO a good investment option. Now let's see the details of Indigo Paints. In the last few years, there has been a steady growth in the paints and coating industry. In fact, the Indian paint industry grew at a rate of around 10.4% between 2008, when the market was valued at around rupees 159 billion, and 2020, when the market reached rupees 520 billion. Interesting fact about paint industry: in 2009, the Indian paint industry was the second largest in the world. Around the world, the per capita consumption of paint is around 13 to 15 kilograms. However, in India, the per capita consumption of paints in 2019 was only 4.1 kilograms. While this was a huge improvement from the per capita average of 2.6 kilograms in 2012, there is a long way to go before the global average is met. The Indian decorative paint segment has been dominated by a handful of players like Asian Paints, Berger Paints, Kansai Nerolac, and Akzo Nobel. These four companies have been dominating the market with around 65 to 70% share of the market. Indigo Paints Limited has a 2% market share and ranks 5th. Strengths of Indigo Paints Limited, just just giving you a brief. Indigo Paints Limited boasts of a track record of consistent growth in a highly competitive decorative paints industry with significant barriers to entry. Being the first company to offer differentiated products, Indigo Paints has managed to establish greater brand recognition and expanded into the complete range of decorative paints. To list few risk factors, I will highlight majorly three. Majority of the company's revenue is derived from its business in India, and a slowdown in economic growth could cause the business to suffer and could adversely affect its operation. Restrictions on import of raw materials again may have an adverse impact on company's business. There are outstanding litigation proceedings filed by and against the company. So any adverse outcome in such proceedings may have an adverse impact on their reputation, business, financial conditions, and cash flows. Uh, the issue price looks expensive relative to its peers based on both PE and PB ratios. We hope you're finding our video easy to understand and follow. You can always leave your comments for us if you need any more information. Now let's talk about the objective of these two IPOs along with other key facts. Let's discuss the objective of IRFC IPOs first, which are to augment companies' equity capital base to meet business future growth requirements and to meet general corporate purposes. Other important facts about the IPO are the issue is opening next week on Monday, the 18th of Jan, and closes on Wednesday, the 20th of Jan. Overall, the issue size is 4,633 crores, where fresh issue is about 3,100 crores, and offer for sale is about 1,500 crores. Price band is between 25 and 26 rupees, while face value of the share is 10 rupees. Lot size is of 575 shares, and the share will be listed at both BSE and NSE. Allotment will be finalized on 27th of Jan, and if you're lucky one to get it, the shares will be in your Demat account on 28th of Jan, and the listing is on 29th of Jan. Coming next on Indigo Paints, the objectives of Indigo Paints IPOs are to meet the capital expenditure requirements for manufacturing facility expansion at Pudukkottai, Tamil Nadu, to purchase tinting machines and gyro shakers, to repay certain borrowings, and to meet general corporate purposes. The important factors about the IPO are the issue is opening next week on Wednesday, the 20th of Jan, and closes on Friday, the 22nd Jan. Overall, the issue is 1,176 crores, where fresh issue is about 300 crores, and the offer for sale is for about 876 crores. Price band is between 1,488 and 1,490 rupees, while face value of this share is 10 rupees. Lot size is of 10 share, and the share will be listed at both BSE and NSE again. Allotments will be finalized on 29 Jan, and if you get the allotment, then the shares will be in your Demat account on 1st Feb, and the listing is on 2nd of Feb. Now let's understand whether we should apply or avoid these IPOs. We have used our proprietary 5-point assessment matrix to help you decide this. These metrics are history of the company and purpose of the IPO, promoter background, reputation and interest of the future. Third one is market sentiment, subscription level of recent IPOs. Number 4 is industry strength of competitive advantage of the company. Fifth and the last in the matrix is IPO pricing and gray market premium. Based on these 5-point IPO assessment matrix, IRFC IPO looks an excellent investment opportunity, though gray market premiums suggest a very nominal listing gain. Indigo Paints looks expensive, though gray market places 50% listing gain. Overall, our view is to apply for IRFC IPO but avoid Indigo Paints IPO. We will keep a close eye on these IPO subscription levels and let you know if our position on these IPOs changes during the next week. We hope that you find the content of this video helpful in deciding whether to invest or not in these IPOs. Please let us know your comments or suggestions, if any, on this video. If you like this video, then please press like button and subscribe and share our video. If you have not yet subscribed our channel, then please do subscribe and become part of our viewers family. Thanks for watching our video.